I've got two thrift flips for you today. Dream denim skirts, one in white, one in blue, one is short, one is long. Basic staples that I think a lot of you could use. And they're all made from used garments. Hi sewing friends, I'm Karina from liftingpinsandneedles.com. Welcome to this channel that is all about sewing, limitless sewing. I have two thrift flips for you. Amazing, I'm so in love with them. I'd wanted these pieces for such a long time. The reason I chose to make these skirts out of used garments was basically because these used garments had the fabric that I was looking for. The pattern I'm using is the Glissando bottoms from Love Notions. This is a pattern that is tried and true for me. I've made so many. I've made 2 pants, and then skirts I've probably made about 4. I've made a lot of them. I know the feet. I have no anxiety about that. I know I can just whip out this pattern, cut it out, sew it, and I'll be very happy. And that saves a lot of time, especially for someone like me who's sewing quite a lot. You know, every time I repeat a pattern like this, the content is different around it. Making these skirts as thrift flips from pants was just perfect. It's a great pattern. It's got so many options there. You can make so many garments. If you don't like the crop pants, just make them longer if you want them full length. And if you don't like the buttons there on the fly, just convert it to a zipper fly. I have a video about it. I'll leave all the links below, my affiliate link and my playlist, and you can get a great pattern for only $5. I can't find white denim that's heavy enough, thick enough in the quality that I want, that's not transparent to make these types of garments. You saw that a few weeks ago, I made a pair of pull-on white jeans using the Allegro bottoms as a pattern. I bought a pair of white jeans and just remade them to fit me using a pattern. So this time it's a little bit similar, but with a denim skirt that is white. It's a basic that I just did not have. And only this year I started incorporating white into my wardrobe on my bottoms and my top area. So the white skirt was missing for sure. Inversely to most of you, I am heading into spring right now. I'm not heading into autumn and winter. So the white skirt was calling for me. Although I think you'd style a white skirt all year round. It just depends on how you layer on top and what sort of boots you put on with it, you know. I want to show you a little bit about what went on for me to be able to cut this white denim skirt out of another white denim skirt that was just, it had a horrific fit. It was just not right for me, but the fabric was in top-notch quality and spot on, no stains, nothing like that. I purchased a white denim skirt, thrifted, pretty much in new condition. I did try on this skirt before tearing it apart, and it fit really terribly and just tore it all apart. It was about 1 size larger than my size. And whenever you unpick something completely, you get to see how wonky these ready-to-wear pieces are cut. These 2 back pieces are carefully aligned in the center right there. They don't match right here. They don't match up there. I really don't know how they cut the pieces, but they just don't match up. I tried to match them up as best as I can, and I just laid my Glissando skirt piece on top. This original denim skirt had a yoke there that I took off. The Glissando doesn't have a yoke. I didn't really want to keep that yoke. I knew the skirt was longer and had the length that I needed to not have to use that yoke, so I'm just going to discard that. And I've placed my back here. The Glissando originally is cut on the fold on the back, but obviously I need to add a seam right there because the skirt had a seam. So I've just left an excess of seam allowance there. And over there I have the front piece. I had to keep the original pockets because you have those metal hardware things that you can't take out. Can't get rid of that. I just have to keep the original pocket. I'm going to be using the original waistband. I just removed it. I'm confident it's going to be long enough. It is a curved waistband. You can see inside there's no interfacing. Usually denim skirts or jeans are not interfacing the waistband because the fabric is heavy enough. And I have the original patch pockets that I'm going to use again. They're just going to be placed in a different spot than the original skirt. I have the pieces here that I need to put the zipper back on. This is the zipper from the original skirt. I'm just going to do that again over there and do it as per the technique that I prefer. And I already have a video showing you how to do it the traditional way. There is an easier way, but I just don't have enough space in the center to make that extension for the facing of the zipper included in the piece. So I'm just gonna have to sew it on. So I'm excited to have a really nice, well-fitting white denim skirt. This one definitely did not fit me well, and I didn't really want to just alter it. And knowing how wonky the pieces are cut, I'm happy I'm just doing it all over again, and I'm going to be happy with how the fabric lies and how everything fits. Over here, What I like to do with structured fabric like this, I just like to mark the outline with a friction pen and then take off the pattern piece, and then I just cut, and it's just so easy. My skirt's gonna have an extra center back seam just because the original skirt has it, so obviously I can't place this on the fold. So I've got my line marked in a friction pen, and it's just easy. I didn't really worry about trimming the excess because I can do that afterwards with the serger. I just made sure my stitching line was easy for me to see. I've used this pattern so many times. It's just so relaxing to just know what's coming next. Usually I like to finish the back and then finish the front and then just sew the side seams. That's how it's easier. So I have the seam. I'll just even out the seam allowance now and then clean up with a serger, do some top stitching. I did serge the edges of the patch pockets. I can't believe they just leave them raw like that. I just keep finding that in every single pattern I deconstruct. So I went ahead and cleaned that up as well. I do want this to last, and I don't like the fraying that happens inside the pockets. So once I've got the seam done, I'll just go ahead and sew these darts on the back and then place the pockets, and then the back will be done. And then on the front, I do have to put the zipper in, but the pockets are already done, so it should be pretty easy. I'm here outside on that time of the year where this shrub gets all its purple and white flowers. It's amazing. Every single year you tell me what the name is, and every single time I forget because I'm just not a flower person. I love looking at them, but I can not remember the names. But anyway, you can tell me again what that is because it's gorgeous. This amazing smell all around me, and I thought this was a nice place to film. This is my white version. I reused the same waistband. I don't like these metal things. When I sew my own garments, I never put them on, but I couldn't really get rid of them because I needed the width right here at the hip. So those stayed. The original pocket was kept as is, so that was one step less I had to do. I did put the zipper again. I do prefer my own technique, and I didn't really like the way that was sewn. See that little pink dot right there? You know when you put your pin in your mouth and you have a little bit of lipstick? Well, I didn't know. Then I put the pin in and I left that little stain. So I'm gonna have to wash this and take it out. At the back, the original skirt had a yoke. This one doesn't have a yoke anymore, and I just placed the pockets on another place. I redid the center seam. It's basically it looks very similar to the original, but actually fits like I want it to fit. And I love this fabric. It's very thick, it's hefty, it's not transparent, and it's really, really soft. Something I just could not find. Remaking this one was perfect. Just the shaping on this one was just totally off for my body. It seems like it was drafted for a pear shape because it had a small waist, and then I had so much excess at the hips, but then it went down really, really small at the knees. And I didn't feel that I could just fix it by undoing a few things. I just prefer to do it all and use a pattern that I know fits me and that I'm gonna be happy with. So voila, my dream denim skirt in white that I'll be able to style in all the same ways I've been using my white pants recently. The Glissando skirt has some dots in there, so I've sewn those in. You know, every shaping feature here is not a surprise to me because I've made the skirt so many times. So that's why I knew that by remaking it, I was gonna be totally, totally happy. And the original thrifted skirt fit me so poorly. Yeah, it was totally worth undoing it and unpicking it. It was just relaxing. I did it while I was watching a documentary or something, so I never regret it, and it's always nice. This one hits just above the knee where I want it to be. It's the most versatile length for me. Length that I always wear, no matter if it's trending or not, whatever. I'm always in my little skirts right above the knee, and I've been dressing this way for decades, since I was a teenager. It's all wet, it's disgusting out here. It's been raining all day, so I'm gonna do all the try-on styling bits inside. I just cannot do it out here, it's awful. Here is my dreamed white denim skirt. I love it so much. It's a shorter length. I wouldn't call it a mini skirt, but it's a little above the knee where I like to wear my casual skirts. So it's either this length or down to the ankles, there's no in between. This is just the classic fit. This used skirt, the original one, had the material worth buying, and then I just remade it to fit me using the Glissando. And I've got it here with one of my Aria shirts. This is a very fresh spring summery look. Love it. I love the white and the pink tones in here. Fun little look, nice and fresh, happy, summery, flowery. Love it. I had to keep the original pockets from the skirt because of these hardware features I couldn't remove. Otherwise, I would have done the pockets again because the fabric they use inside for the lining and the pocket bag is horrible quality. Zipper right there. The curved waistband was from the skirt. It was a pretty short project to resize this skirt to fit me using the pattern. I placed the patch pockets in a different place now. I don't have the original yoke that the skirt had, and I think the fit is really good, just like I like it to be, not tight, not loose, just skimming over me and comfortable at the waist that I can live my life and be happy. The casual look couldn't be missing here in this lookbook, and I pulled out my favorite leather white sneakers. They're so pretty, so pretty. They're fashion sneakers. They're not sports sneakers, but they're still super comfy. And this is my Lotus top from Love Notions I made a few months ago. Stripes, white and black. Can't go wrong with this combination here. All black and white, I love it. This top is a little more fitted, but it still works with the skirt. I still feel super comfortable. It's not skin tight, and the skirt isn't skin tight either, so I think they go together really well, and I feel good like this. Here is another black and white look, but this one a little less casual than before. I would actually sneak my white denim skirt into church. I don't have any other white skirt, so why not? I just dressed it up with my Monroe top from Style Arc. It's a bias cut top. It's not so casual as other tops, and just a pair of comfy sandals with a nice block heel that are a little dressier but still comfortable, and I'm happy like this. This is a more layered look, autumnal for me. I've pulled out my beautiful Coda jacket. I think the white works here, and I'm trying to highlight the white in the outfit by also wearing a white bag. I have some grey booties that I think go together with all this color scheme, and I'm very happy with this. I think you can keep wearing a white skirt when the weather gets a little cooler for sure. Other than showing you my brand new makes, the denim skirts, I'm just going to style up two of my older glissandos for you, not all of them. So this is just a little bonus in here so you can see more versions of this pattern and why I keep repeating it. How you can make little changes, use the same pattern but get pieces that look very different to each other. Just let the fabric show you the amount of details that you want to add or take away from the original design, and you'll have many looks that are going to work really well. Here's a more autumnal look. Even though they're a little cropped, that's fine. You can cover up your ankles and put some booties underneath. These aren't long boots. They just have to be a little above the hemline, and then you'll be all covered and all good. And I've got my red poppy sweater, which is lightweight, perfect for autumn. Another nice way to get these pants to work the whole year round. I've always loved how red and brown go together. It's a really nice color combo. So this is a great outfit for me. I really love it. These are one of my Glissando pants. These have the cropped length. They are about 1.5 inches above my ankle. It's something that you can always customize to your preference. This is not a foreign style to me. I like this. These are dark brown linen. They've been a pair that I've really enjoyed wearing. They go under many things. It's a really good neutral. This is one of my Galicia tops from Itch to Stitch, but a simplified version. The satin feels amazing on the skin. It's got the pockets here. It's got tan top stitching. The back patch pockets, you can see the shape there, and I think these fit really well. I really love the fit of these. I should make more. So they are fitted at the waist and hips, but they're not skin tight. Like I can sit down and have a meal, be in a car. This is not digging into me. So they are really comfortable, especially with a fabric like this that's fresh and easy to wear, soft on the skin, and has that little bit of give like linen does. So I'm happy to have this pair. It's the only pair of... I'm happy I have these pair of pants. I'm happy I have these brown glissandos. It's the only type of brown bottom that I have at the moment, and it's really useful in my wardrobe. This is a monochromatic look with the same pants. This is a simple dolman style pattern from Style Art called Bonnie, and it's a brown chiffon with embroidered details. And it's casual, it's comfortable. I've got a bag and a pair of sneakers that match my skin tone, and this is keeping it all very nude. Sometimes I feel like I don't want to stand out and I won't be in red every single day. When I go and pick out an outfit, it happens very fast. Within a couple of seconds, I've already made up my mind what I'm gonna wear and how it's gonna go. But it's all got to do with how I'm feeling that day. So keeping the same outfit, all I have to do to feel a little more lively and a little bit more like me is just pull out my colors and I've got pink shoes and a pink bag, and this would make me feel really good as well. When you have a monochromatic outfit, you can go either or, just keep it all very toned down and neutral, or just add pops of color there, because brown goes with most colors anyway. I could do this exact same thing with red and just get out some red shoes and a red bag, and I'd be really happy. Now these pink shoes are equally as comfortable as the sneakers. I could walk all day, hours in these, but they don't look as casual as the sneakers. So sometimes I don't want to look that casual. It's a little bit less casual, but still very comfortable. Back in May, I made this set, and for the skirt, I used a Glissando. I added a center front pleat. It's a tweed material, wool suiting. The jacket is Dakota, and I've had the chance of wearing it out on a very cold day with my boots, and I added pink accessories. I absolutely love this. I felt like a million of whatever currency you are using. It was great to be able to finally wear this out after making such a big effort to make this. These two were a labor of love, and you can see how far the Glissando pattern can take you if you just make a few modifications. This one's a lined skirt. It doesn't have all the pockets and the top stitching, but in essence the pattern is the same one, and I loved wearing this. This is a Glissando skirt I made in 2021. It's a tencel twill, it looks like denim, and it's embroidered. It was extremely pricey, and because the fabric has so many details, I have simplified the details of the skirt. I don't have pockets on the front, so I'm just letting the fabric shine here, but in essence it's the same skirt, it just doesn't have the top stitching. And I've got a really casual look here with some pretty sneakers. This is as a layer top from Sinclair, which is one of my favorite black tops. For a casual outfit, I look for a bag like this that's more laid back. It's got some colorful top stitching. There's a little bit of the green that is also present in the print here, and it's just got fun colors. It's definitely not a dressed up bag. I don't have patch pockets at the back, you just wouldn't see them. I feel like I've made an effort. All I've done is swap the shoes for kitten heel sandals, super comfy, very walkable. I have also changed the bag, smaller bag. So this is a little less casual than before, still very comfortable. You can see how much of a difference the shoes and the bags make with the same items of clothing, and I really love this look. It's very me. Another casual look, I pulled out my blue Donny shirt from Friday Pattern Company. The skirt has some blue in it, and I think out of all the colors, it's the one that stands out the most in my opinion. It's the one I would want to bring out rather than the other colors, which are just a little harder to see. When I'm not sure about the correct footwear, because of the colors, I think the safest route is to just pick a color that matches the style. These are casual shoes, but they're in my skin tone, so they don't clash with anything, and then I got a neutral bag that matches. The other one is a long denim skirt. Now I consume a lot of content about fashion. I just like fashion, and I like hearing what people say about it, about trends, but I don't do it because I want to be fashionable or trendy. I sometimes do it so that I just know and sort of not make the trends, because I feel a little bit embarrassed sometimes to be really trendy. It's always been like that for me. I do play a lot with colors and prints and whatnot. I try to make things that I could wear for ages and ages, because I keep my makes for as long as they will last me, and I will wear them for a very long time. I do know that the long denim skirt has been trending for a while now, and I'll only pick up a trend if it really calls to me. And denim skirts have been my jam for decades. I've been wearing denim skirts forever, just never worn a long one. And I've been starting to make long things only this year in 2023 at 44 years old. So if I was gonna wear a long denim skirt, it was gonna be one that I made where I like the fabric. I've seen some in the shops, I've tried some on in the shops. I feel they're so bulky, they have so many details, they feel heavy. They're just not that comfortable. So I went thrifting and I found a pair of pants that was super wide leg, pull-on jeans, amazing quality denim, sort of a light to medium weight denim, just amazingly soft, and I love the wash. I can never find this type of wash on a boat. It's just not how I can find fabric. So that's how I made my long one. For my long denim skirt, I was working with a pair of pull-on pants, and the waistband had all the marks of the elastic being there, you know, washed and worn. So it had that type of distressing that happens naturally when you wear denim. So I thought that was really cool. I thought I could use it as the waistband anyway, and I was pretty sure that I could get a long skirt because the legs just looked really wide when I was eyeballing this one. So let me show you a little bit about how these pattern pieces went on. I eyeballed where I wanted a vent to be on the front, because you need one if you're going to have a straight skirt, or else you can't walk. You end up walking like a penguin. After using my pattern to cut the white denim skirt, I added the extra amount I want to make it long. Seeing the ones I've already made and how much I want, I added 37 centimeters, 14.5 inches. You know, if I try it on and I need to make it a little shorter, that's fine, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. I think this is the maximum I could make the skirt. So my jeans that I purchased used, really soft denim, really wide leg style. So I'm just going to show you how I'm going to place the pieces there. I'm super picky about denim, and these are a very soft, lightweight denim. I think perfect for a skirt. I know it's not going to feel super heavy. I love the color of the wash here, which is really hard to find in denim by the bolt. It's already been washed and used, so it's just so amazing, and I know it's going to make a great long maxi denim skirt rather than buying a really stiff one. Also, when I make it, I get to make it how I want it, and it's going to fit me. So you can see the back leg is really wide. This had an elasticated waistband originally, so you can see that when I place my back skirt piece, I've got plenty of space. I can fit it here perfectly fine and just cut out my skirt and carry on. These were very basic jeans. They didn't have pockets on the back, which is always weird to me. I'm just going to cut my patch pocket with a seam in the middle, which is what I usually do. From there, I can get one pocket and another. I'm sure I can get both pockets from the sides of the legs here, so that I can have back patch pockets, which I think are really necessary for anything that's a denim. It would look really weird without the pockets. This is the front leg of the jeans, and you can see that originally it had like a slanted pocket opening. This one fits more snug than the back leg. You can see it fits almost from edge to edge. I have a little bit of excess there, but at least right there I'm not going to have a ton of space to play with. I'm still not decided with the pockets because I have these pieces that I pulled from the original jeans. These were on the pocket bag. These were just a pull-on style with a fake fly. So they had this inside that I sort of could use as an extension to put an actual zipper in there, because I'm going to have to get into these somehow. So I'm going to use this piece. And then because this has already been washed and worn, this waistband has the fading that you would get with an elastic. I'm still going to use this for the waistband. I think it's going to look really cool. I'm never going to tuck in my skirt. So if I have this fading there, I don't really mind as long as I get a waistband out of this piece. I'm going to leave a chunk of seam allowance in the center front here so that I can do a slit. I think that's important for ease of walking when you have a straight skirt like this, and also to get air inside. So I'm glad I have that little space available here. I ended up keeping the original shape of the pockets because I was able to cut that out from the front leg of the pants. I was right on the edge for my main front piece. So I'm using a really lightweight cotton for this inside. These are the types of pockets that are going to reach all the way to the center to where the zipper is going to be. So you're going to have pocket bag all across the front. That feels amazing on the tummy. And I used the original piece that was on the jeans, only these jeans had a slant pocket opening, but it still works. I was able to just place it across like this. And this is what I'm going to sew onto the pocket bag right there. And then this is the pocket lining. You can see the pocket entrance there, and how at the hip level, this amount of denim is enough. From the scraps on the legs, I was able to cut myself a shield for the fly. And this is going to be my extension. My pockets are going to be interesting. So the seam is actually not going to be in the center of the pocket. They are going to be a little bit asymmetric, but still I will mirror them. So I'm just going to join this seam right here and then cut out my pocket. And that's how I got a back patch pocket. Otherwise I wouldn't have one, and I really want one there. This is my front skirt piece. That's going to be the center. This is the pocket opening. When you open up, you're going to see that on the hip, you're going to see some discoloration from the previous pockets there. That's going to show right there for a little bit. But I don't mind. I think anything goes with denim. And for the first section there, I'm going to have a zip up, but then it's just going to be a seam up to here. Sort of just a little above my knee. And then from here down, as you see, I left extra seam allowance so that I am able to fold in like this and have a whitish fold for that slit on the center. So I'm going to be serging the center front separately, one and then the other, and then doing all my zipper. That's how I do it anyway. I was able to piece my back patch pocket together with two little pieces from the legs. The seam is not going to be right in the center, but I don't really mind. I think with denim, anything goes. I've traced the pocket from another pant just because the original Glissando pocket is too wide for this little piece and too long. This one's just a little smaller, but it'll be okay. As long as there's a pocket there, I'm happy. And here is the front pocket opening. You can see it's rounded. This can stretch, it can deform. Just because I'm using something thrifted originally, and you know, it's like secondhand material, doesn't mean I'm not going to be careful about this pocket opening. And I am going to stabilize this with a little strip of interfacing. It'll go a long way. This little bit that takes about 30 seconds to do can make your pockets look really nice and just stand the test of time. So I don't mind doing this for any pant. Got both sides done there. My long denim skirt. I love the wash of these jeans. The denim is so wonderfully soft. It's buttery soft. Not like when you buy denim on the boat, which is really stiff and you have to wash it so many times. It's usually got a darker tone. At least the denim I can find here is sort of just raw denim, which is quite dark. You can never find these colors in the wash, and I love that. And that's why I preferred to make my dream denim long skirt out of a thrifted jean. Now this one I actually thrifted in person. It was a one-off opportunity in a street market that happens on Sundays every now and then in a nearby town. So just by eyeballing it, I knew I was going to have enough space for a skirt because the legs looked super wide. It was very simple. For me, the most important thing was that I love the fabric. The feel of it was just amazing. So this is my denim skirt. It was originally a pull-up jean. So you can see my waistband has all the marks of the elastic that it used to have, but it doesn't have anymore. I did a rectangle waistband with this one. It doesn't have a curved waistband as the original Glissando. It works just as well for me. You know, I'm not a pear shape. I think curved waistbands are a must if the waist to hip ratio is quite large. I have a 10-inch difference, which is sort of standard for hourglass. You know, I don't need the curved waistband. If it's not there, I'm not gonna have a fit without it. I can do either or. Of course, I prefer a curved waistband. And if I'd had fabric from the jeans, I would have done it. But reusing the same waistband is not a bad thing. So I did that. This pant did not have a zipper. It just had that stitching there as a fake fly. So I reused that and stitched my actual zipper in there. I did use the same space that they had done that top stitching, but I had to do the whole zipper again. I have the technique on my channel. This technique is lengthier, has a few more steps than when you have that facing already on the front piece, which is the easier method. So I have videos for both, the traditional one that takes a bit longer and for the easier one. I usually prefer the easier one if I'm starting from scratch, but for something like this where I just had a center and no space to do that facing on the piece, this was acceptable and my muscle memory kicked in and I had them done in no time. Very enjoyable, no drama there with the zipper. And then I have some stitching here, and over here I have an overlapped vent. There is an easier, more proper way to do this type of vent. I didn't film this one. This one had a lot more steps because I had to add a piece on the inside. You know, I'm upcycling here, so I'm using all the bits of fabric that I can. So I didn't opt to film this overlap vent because it's not the proper technique. I will do it for you though, so you can add this onto whatever you want. At the back, I added my center back seam. I was able to piece these patch pockets there. You see there's a little seam there. They are mirrored. And the Glissando has a different shaped pocket. This is just what I could get from the fabric that I had there from the crotch area. That's how it looks like from the inside. I used a cotton, very lightweight cotton for my pocket pieces. I pulled that out from my stash. I've used this for other projects. And I made this shield from leftovers from the legs as well because I didn't have that. And that's how the waistband looks inside. It's very neat. And here is the vent. I just cut it wider over here so I have the space. Now this is where I added another piece so that I could fold this to the inside. So in essence, this piece would have been even wider so that I could fold it in, but I couldn't. So that's why you have part of the hem of the skirt in this area. My way worked. It gave me the vent. It looks acceptable. but it's not the proper technique. So I will film that for you. I'm planning to sew a blazer pretty soon where I'm going to be adding that onto the back as something extra. So I'll make sure to share that, because you can add these overlap vents in the front, in the back. You can add them on sleeves, the back of jackets. You can add them in so many places, and it's so easy. Little darts at the back, center seam, my hem, 1-inch hem allowance. It's just such a beautiful skirt. It feels amazing on. It's exactly what I wanted. Something like this is gonna work for years, for any weather. Wear booties underneath or sandals or whatever. It's just a very basic staple that I think a lot of people would like to have. Just making it from a pair of old jeans was perfect, and I absolutely love it. So let's see this one styled a few ways. Here is my long denim skirt. It's a dream skirt for me. I've always loved denim skirts, but I've just been wearing the short ones for decades. So it was about time that I made a long one. Love the feel of the fabric, love the simple look, and I've got it paired here with one of my Monroe tops from Style Arc. A dressier look as such. I do have these pretty green heels and a matching bag. This is a bias cut top, very pretty. I love it. I wouldn't call this a casual top, although it's still super comfortable. I love this top paired with this denim skirt. I think denim skirts don't have to be always super casual. I think you can do whatever you want with them. This is ankle length. I added 14.5 inches to the pattern to achieve this. One thing I do to keep my denim more versatile is to not use a lot of contrast top stitching. So everything has been sewn with top stitching thread. It just gives it a cleaner look, and I think it looks less casual like that. Then you can see my waistband has a distressing from the used jeans. I think it adds some charm to it. It looks really pretty. It doesn't matter because I would never tuck in. I always just wear my things out like this. There are my patch pockets. They are pieced together. They do have a seam in there. These pockets are smaller than the original skirt pocket. It is an upcycle, so I was just using the fabric I had. And I do have the center back seam there, and I think the fit is really good there with the back darts. As you can see, my overlap vent isn't really high. I'm not showing a lot of leg. When I sit down, it's not gonna ride up and be really short. It's perfect. It's just at the knee, and it gives me the ventilation I need to be able to walk, move, and get air inside my skirt. So love doing that. I think for a long skirt like this, any type of vent is a must. Put them on the side, in the center back, wherever you want, but I always think the center front is the prettiest. Here you can see how the bottom of the skirt looks. It's always a bit harder to film, but you can see it reaches my ankle. You can see the vent right there allowing the movement. It's a very pretty skirt, very clean lines, feels amazing on, and I feel like I'm going to be wearing this 100 times all year round, winter, summer, dressed up, dressed down. It'll be amazing. I love the fit of this skirt. That's why I just keep making it in different ways. Here is a more autumnal look. I have some beige booties under my skirt. I think they go really well. And I've pulled out my crumpled smitten jacket. I apologize, I did not have time to press this one to film this. This is a pretty casual jacket, great for in-between weather. It's a little shorter than others that I wear, and I just have a basic black cami under there. It would be better if I had a cami in a lighter tone. I just don't have any of those pieces in my wardrobe, but this would be great for autumn winter for me. Here's a super casual look with sneakers and a knit top. The knit top is a little wider, a little boxier, a little shorter, which I think goes great with the slimmer silhouette of the skirt. And this is my Lincoln top from Love Notions. My pretty black fashion sneakers, I love them so much and they're so comfortable. If you want to make yourself a long denim skirt using the Glissando, you can do your split in a more simple way. Just open the seam and press it, easy peasy, or just do it on the back, easy. You don't have to do the overlap vent like I did. I just was opportunistic about it because I had a little bit extra on the leg there that I could use, but you saw that I had to add a little bit on to do the fold. You know, it was a little bit of a workaround to get it to work. Just do your regular slit on the seam, do it on the side. That would be even easier if you have a little bit of excess material there. And then you'll be able to walk and get some air into your skirt and you'll be good. I think these skirts should have some type of opening somewhere. You can do them in all of the seams and then you'll be good. I hope this gave you some inspiration. I hope you look at used clothes with a different mindset. You know, I do a lot of regular sewing from brand new fabric that I buy, and then I've been really enjoying these thrift flips. I look at these as opportunities when I find fabric that is just too good to pass on, fabric that I just cannot find in a bulk. like the white denim, like this type of denim. I would have never found these if I'd looked for them so that I could make these from scratch. And what is wrong with using some white pants and a white skirt that doesn't fit and just making them fit using a pattern? It's just so easy. So easy. I really enjoyed the process. I was singing along, watching documentaries about sharks while I was sewing these. I am a documentary addict, by the way. Whenever you think about me when I'm sewing, know that I'll be watching documentaries about elephants and lions and whatnot. You know, I'm doing that. Don't forget to check out the Glissando bottoms, only today $5, and this was just different, showing you how you can use a basic pattern like this skirt and just reuse it and make something that's amazing. I'd wanted a denim skirt this whole year ever since I got into making long skirts. That was one that was missing, and the white skirt has always been missing from my wardrobe. That's all from me today. Have an amazing weekend, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye.